Today, Xbox is one step closer to making free-to-play games truly free-to-play. Game Pass for PC gets over 100 games added, with plenty more coming, including potentially Ubisoft Plus, and Sony decides to sit out E3 this year. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. So there is a few things that I want to go over today. Up first is an update regarding the free-to-play games on Xbox. Now for those who don't know, Xbox have been working on making free-to-play games actually free-to-play for the last couple of months. So what do I mean by that? Well, there is plenty of games that is free to play, like Fortnite for instance. However, if you want to play Fortnite with your friends on Xbox, you need an Xbox Live Gold subscription, meaning free to play games is not really free to play on Xbox, it is locked behind a paywall. Now a couple months back, after getting backlash for trying to increase Xbox Live prices, they vowed to get rid of this model and make free to play games truly free to play. Now not to nitpick here, but this is something that should have never been locked behind a paywall to begin with. It is something that none of the competitors does, not even Nintendo, so I don't know why Xbox chose to do it, but the point is they are now reversing it, which I guess is good. Now reversing this is actually more work than I thought it would be. I'm not exactly sure what changes Xbox need to make for free to play games to truly be free to play, but apparently it is not as simple as just pulling a switch. Now on the 24th of March we got an update from Xbox insiders when they tweeted out, Xbox insiders in alpha skip ahead and alpha today, we are flighting some new features. Multiplayer in free to play games looking for 4 groups and party chat on Xbox no longer requires an Xbox Live Gold membership, as we flight and test these service changes ahead of general availability. And yesterday we got another update. Windows Central wrote Microsoft is in the final stages of ending the requirements of having Xbox Live Gold to free-to-play games on console like the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Last night Microsoft rolled out an update on Xbox Omega Insiders that removes the requirement for Xbox Live Gold. So they went from Alpha to Omega, which means that they are in the final phase and they should be ready to roll out this program pretty soon. Now there is currently no time frame attached to how long it might still be until we as the public get this, but it should not be much longer now. If I was a betting man, I would put my money on before the end of the month is done. I can't imagine that they still have too much to do. I think at this point it just comes down to testing everything and making sure that it is in working order. But anyway, let's move on to the second story, because this is a big one that I wanted to talk about today, and that is Xbox Game Pass. Now Xbox Game Pass announced that they will be adding more than 100 games to Xbox Game Pass PC, and that is exactly what they did yesterday. They made the entire EA Vault available along with all of the Bethesda games. Honestly, I always thought that Game Pass for PC was a little bit dry, but it is definitely worth checking out now. They have everything from Sims to all of the Battlefields, Dragon Age, Doom Eternal, Fallout, Elder Scrolls 4 and 5. There is so many great games right now. Even if you are not a fan of EA, they have some great games in the vault, and there's plenty of games to play that has no association with EA that is in their vault. Plenty of developers who just uses EA gaming as a platform to get more exposure for their game, so in my opinion it is definitely worth to give those type of games a shot. I myself have given up on EA games long ago. I just can't get myself to play them anymore, not even The Sims 4, which I absolutely love. I just get depressed when I see how empty the game really is. Like really, you could not even add weather to the game. I need to buy seasons as a separate pack for $20. I can't get children, I need to buy them. People like to shit on the sport games, and they should, but I would love to know what Sims 4 actually costs if you add all of the packs. I'm willing to bet it's very close to $500. Fun fact though, this channel used to be a Sims channel. Not my proudest content moment. I mean, I love playing the game, I still do, but I just don't have the personality for Let's Plays. But anyway, I'm getting completely off topic here. Now one weird thing that I did notice though about the EA Vault on Game Pass, there seems to be quite a few games missing. I used to be a member of EA Play before I joined Game Pass, so I know most of the titles. They added like 50 games, but if you want to play the rest, you need to go to the EA app and play the games there. Now it is still free with Xbox Game Pass, but it has to be played through EA. You cannot play it on the Xbox app. I'm not really sure sure why they chose to do that. Now, I downloaded the app just to check it out and see how it works. It works fine. I just signed in with my old Origin account, and I'm not sure how they know that I am a Game Pass member, but they did, and I can play all of the games on there with my Xbox Game Pass subscription. They even added Mass Effect Legendary. It's not playable yet, but the game is there, so if you are a member of Game Pass Ultimate and want to play the remastered version of Mass Effect, don't go out and buy it just yet. It looks like we will get it on Xbox Game Pass, but overall I am glad that they added EA Play to Game Pass. I had to pay $10 for EA and then another $15 for Game Pass. Now I just pay $15 and I still get to play all of the games with Bethesda now included as well. I definitely recommend subscription services for those who don't want to pay $70 per game. Even if you have to pay for 2 or 3 services, I still think it could be worth it if you like to play those games, and those services add new games every single month. Now, rumors are also making the rounds that Ubisoft Plus could be added to Game Pass soon, another service that I have been thinking about joining for a while now, but I just cannot get myself to pay $20 for the service. The problem with these services like Ubisoft and EA is that they do not really add any new games very often. EA sometimes do, but Ubisoft doesn't really. Most of the times these publishers only include their own games to the service, and most of them only release new games every year or every 2 years, so you don't really get too much extra content. That is why I really appreciate Game Pass. They do deals with third-party developers to ensure that we get new games every single month. But Ubisoft does have some great games, and I do think that they would be an awesome addition to Game Pass, and it is something that I really could see happen. Right now, the agreeing consensus is that Xbox will announce their partnership with Ubisoft at E3 in June. The only disappointing part about E3 this year is the fact that Sony will not be part of it. They confirmed that they will not be at E3 this year. Xbox and Nintendo is confirmed for the event. I'm not really sure why Sony chose to sit out. I'm assuming that they just want to do their own event. They usually have the state of play events that they do, so I guess they just want to continue with those. I know it's not because they don't have any games to showcase. They always have great games to show off. It's just weird that they are the only major company who's sitting out. Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Bros. Games, all of them have been confirmed for E3, and I don't believe that there was any type of falling out between the two parties. I think it is just the case of Sony wanting to do their own thing. But anyway, this video is getting a little bit rambly, so this is where I'm going to end it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and as always, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.